Wowee, it's up. Have a look at the beauty. What a beautiful sail. It's just hardly any wind, but that's how I like it. And I don't know whether I've jagged it or it's a few things are wrong, but it seems to be controlled all right.
Hello viewers, my name is Jens Peck and this is my YouTube channel Full Spinnaker Ahead. It's all about living aboard and sailing, adventures with Toucan 2, my 46 foot aluminium sailing catamaran.
I can't believe it, eh? That's amazing. After all of these time of thinking about it, it's finally happened.
I've owned Toucan 2 for 2 years and 8 months and lived on board all that time. Diagnosed with cancer about the same time as purchasing my dream boat. Juggling the medical requirements of my cancer, we've managed to sail down and up the east coast of Australia, over to Tasmania and back, and around the Gippsland Lakes of Victoria, Australia, my home port. No stranger to doing things solo and DIY, with renewed standing rigging, well repaired cracks in the hull, realigned the engines, sail repairs, replaced the mainsails, water tanks, re-scun. The list will go on. I've learned a lot and I still have a lot to learn. One thing that hasn't changed is the desire to sail Toucan 2 as far around this planet as I can, bringing you, the viewers, that story. I'm making this title page up in Airlie Beach after a 5-week bout of the shingles.
Yep. Yeah, we found a deep spot.
Shingles is a viral infection and I had it for 5 weeks. I was seriously sick for 5 weeks and it was an eye opener, and I realised how vulnerable I could be being immune compromised. So I'm making a change in plans and making a base down south where I could work and place where I could seek the medical help more easily if I should fall ill again. A slight delay in my plans, but one that I think will work.
Yeah, g'day. I've spent a lot of time in this bed over the last 5 weeks.
The catch cry of my YouTube channel, Full Spinnaker Ahead to Your Dreams, because you never know what's around the corner, now has a lot more meaning after having shingles. It's the rewards of boating life that make it all worthwhile. Over the blue seas of the East Coast, Toucan glides, taking us to places that we dream of in lullabies. Full Spinnaker ahead to your dreams. Good afternoon, welcome to Full Spinnaker Ahead with an episode on this circular anchor method. I use this method to take my tender to shore, so we don't have to try and drag a heavy tender up the shore where we might not be able to get it up far enough and it gets affected by the surge, or to a shore that's got rocks or some sort of surface that you don't want to drag your tinny onto. I'm just going to show you that diagrammatically and then have a go out and do it and show you it in action. So I'll just do a diagram on this bit of paper, old school method, and we'll go from there. So the shoreline is there, so that's the shore, beach, rock, or whatever, and then you bring the tinny into shore. So this is the tinny or your tender with the bow with the pointy end, and then you bring a bow rope down to the anchor basically, and there's a ring on the end of that anchor chain. It's important to have an anchor chain so that the anchor buries itself nicely, and so that's the chain, and then you've got your anchor there. So through a loop or a ring on the anchor chain, through the loop back to shore, and then another rope from the back of the stern of the boat back to shore, and then they can be separated or they can just be joined, but that's why we call it the circular anchor method. And then to anchor it to shore, you can just have another little, I've got like a grappling hook anchor, and I just use it on rock, or you can use just a heavy rock on the shore or a stake or something. So when you want to pull the tinny out, you pull on this rope and it pulls on the bow and pulls it through the anchor rope, and then it goes back out. So then the tinny moves out to the anchor into the deep water. Now when you want to pull it in so you can jump back in the tinny, you pull on this rope and it moves the other way, it moves in, and so that the tinny ends up there, and you can jump in. Works really good.
Just